particular operation, I think any Indian corporate or any multinational company can just imagine as to what is the level of management and technology which you are able to integrate and deliver in the governmental process. That is also a governmental process. This is also a governmental process. We also do things which are very, very intricate, which is very, very complex. We deliver it, but we don't get into advertisement campaign of things of that nature. That is not our part of the game. So conventional inputs are unable to provide actionable data. The map of today is geospatial imagery information. The third eye, as it is nicknamed. Geospatial products and intelligence are critical to planning, preparation and response to terror attacks, natural and other disasters, and supports incident management. It's a great tool. Great tool. I didn't know anything about geospatial technology. Somehow I bumped upon it, and I was asked to give a lecture in Manekshaw Hall here, and from that day I got fascinated with geospatial technology. Verghese has talked quite a bit about me as to what I have been doing. I'll just add one more point, that I am a postgraduate in history from St. Stephen's College. I have no literal training or education either in management or in technology. So geospatial technology provides enhanced geospatial understanding. So unless you have a geospatial understanding, any operation of the internal security machinery will remain incomplete. Let me make it very, very clear. And geospatial understanding comes out of imagery, which is relevant. And it can be relevant only when the resolution is relevant. So the resolution is key. Has been picked up from anywhere. It is my creation, it is my thoughts, and this is what I keep discussing, and it is my cherished desire and my passion that all these things happen in this country in a phased manner, and I have been trying my level best to do a couple of these things in Karnataka. I have developed a ERP solution which is known as Police IT, and the whole Karnataka police runs on that. I have created a data center which is the only one in the internal security scenario of this country. So RDBM is critical to the functioning of any organization, and ERP provides for populating the data on a real-time basis, bringing the complete functioning of the department on the ERP in Karnataka, the Police IT. I always say, one ERP, one India. It's fledgling. This country is fledgling. So unless we have a SAP R/3 sort of a mechanism, which is specially created for the governmental sector, we don't become a part of a mechanism wherein the internal dynamics work in a fashion which is completely integrated, completely comprehensive, and completely watertight, besides being fluid in itself. Then integration of the legacy systems with the ERP provides for the functionalities which the end users have been accustomed for long on a single sign-in and sign-off concept. Now most of these legacy systems, all our IT vendors would like to throw it off because it does not mean big business for them. They don't do anything which is repair. And unfortunately, till today I have been in this field for a couple of years, I have not found a vendor who is ready to integrate legacy systems. So my own understanding is that the vendors does not have the capability to integrate legacy systems to the ERP. I threw this challenge even for Tetra. I wanted the Tetra to be integrated to my ERP solution, and nobody has come forth, and it's still not been done. So these are the areas where we are supposed to work. ERP solution, finally, for everything, it is a mix of people, processes, and technology. And what we have been talking about is the managerial response to war on terror. Gap analysis shows huge gap in the learning, skills, and attitude of internal security managers, which ought to be bridged. The human resources should be better than the technical system created and made functional. I should be competent enough to guide the system. I should understand what I am heading. I should understand what I am leading. What is the biggest trait or the biggest skill of a manager? The biggest skill of a manager is to make mid-course correction. You should have the capability to do mid-course correction any number of times and finally come up with a product which at the barest minimum should be what you aspire to make. And for the best of the times, it should be much better than the product which you aspire to make. You can talk of any product in this world. You start from Steve Jobs, you start anybody. Most of them ended up creating products which was better than what they had imagined, it was better than what they had proposed. So, this is the beauty of your creativity of mind, and technology should be a passion area. Same way as education is the passion area, technology has to be a passion area, because the way it is progressing is the first time in human history where you have technology basically stripping you, moving ahead of you, and you are not able to comprehend. The human resource should be better than the technical system. Utility is how best we utilize the systems available, the technology available, the people available, the vendors available. I should have the capability to understand, I have the capability to put it in place. I will give you one simple example. My data center was created on a piecemeal system. You would have never heard of a data center being created on a piecemeal system. You buy servers from somewhere, building systems from somewhere, you put other networks from somewhere, and finally you create a data center which is robust and functional, is running fine for last I think more than 3 years. With the basic cost they said would be around 10 crores, and I made that data center in 2.5 crores. And I am not a technologist, I do not intend to be a technologist, I do not intend to be an academician, I do not intend to be in the corporate world. I know what I need and I know how to deliver it. Innovative methods inclusive of outbound learning needs to be inculcated as a part of high-end training. Change management, I think we were talking about change management before we entered this hall. Change management is most critical. How it can be done for this huge mass of internal security managers has to be thought about, and there has to be a complete, it should be a national IT center or some technology center which deals only with this sort of a technology. I have also been trying my level best with the Technological University in Karnataka, which is known as the Vishwashraya Technological University, to establish in this country what would be the National Homeland Security Center, which would be purely research and development center and would work on a public-private partnership, which one floor of around 7,000–8,000 square feet being dedicated to each of these technologies. Let us see how far we reach, inshallah. So, innovative methods, change management, professionalism leading to globally accepted deliverables is the ultimate value addition. So, I think broadly I have been able to tell you as to what I think of the whole process, what you have been reading in newspapers, what you have been seeing on the TV screens, whatever thoughts and ideas which you have, all of them are true. But as with philosophy, as with any other thing, finally it has to be brought down into very, very concrete, detailed project report, and that detailed project report we should have the capability to break it as per the timelines, we should have the capability to break it as per the task, execute it, integrate the whole thing into a robust and irreversible mechanism. These technologies should end up in a city-based network and then gets integrated into a national network for that particular technology. And at the end of it all technologies together integrate into a national homeland security resource base and incident management system. Please bear it in mind, it is all city-based. We are not touching rural areas at all. If you get into safeguarding the whole country on a counter-terrorism mechanism, what would be the magnitude you can imagine of? Right now, it is primarily restricted to major cities, not even all cities. Correct. So, base document for HLS can be the beginning. We have to start somewhere. Otherwise, we keep confusing the trees for the woods. But we have to finally understand what the woods are. If you have seen 500 teak trees, you cannot say that you have seen the whole of the Western Ghats. Western Ghats is a totally different concept altogether. And in management, as all of you know, the ecosystem plays the most critical role. Why do Indians deliver in the US? Why they don't deliver in India? It's the ecosystem. So, ecosystem plays the most major role. So, a national homeland security blueprint is the need, urgent need of the day, which has to be a agglomeration of 7 cities to start with: Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, Madras, Bangalore, Hyderabad and Ahmedabad. And that would be a resource for all planning, all projects, whatever you do on the internal security or the homeland security of this country. I have a website. NSHSD was a website we used to do for the National Symposium on Homeland Security. That was wound up somehow, that conference did not take place. That I have transformed into something called Homeland Security India. And we owe it to every Indian. If you find time, do visit this website. Nearly everything which is picked up on this PPT is out of that website. I run a lecture series on management and technology, which is known as the experiential learning lectures. So I have a website on ellectures.com, and there's my personal website, which goes in the name of sanjay-sahay.com. I would be extremely happy if you can throw up a couple of questions where I need to rackle my mind and try to give some solutions to whatever is the most difficult part of our existence.